Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Computer Doctor Show right here in my car, mobile edition. In this episode, I thought I would talk to you guys about what to do if you're fired from your job. Things that you can do to your computer if you know that you're about to get fired, or things that you can do with the several minutes that they do to collect your personal belongings after they've told you that you're fired. Now, first and foremost, I just want to say I'm making this video for educational purposes only. I would expect you not to do anything dishonest or anything, or to find a way to sabotage a company or do something that's just morally wrong. But there are some things that you can do in the case, like, for example, let's say that you have a lot of personal work that was on your computer. Maybe your company actually had a policy about what work can be saved on the computer and what can be. But if it's in such a case that you actually have personal files that are on your computer, okay, if you get fired and they ask for you to collect your personal belongings, does that always include files that are on your computer? Well, you may have a managed IT service, and basically what that is there might be a person in your organization that is responsible for the data, how data is stored, and the creating and deleting of user accounts within the organization. You should know if you have one, because when you started with the company, at the very least, you should have at least met or seen or spoken with a member of the IT staff that would have created a username for you and password to work along with your computer. If that never happened, then chances are you are your own administrator on your own computer. If you are your own administrator on your own computer, then you should be able to do the following, and that is to delete everything that is yours on your computer that you can decide that if that is your own intellectual property. What that basically means is letters that you've written, work that you've done, maybe creative type projects that you've done that still kind of belong to your intellectual property. You still have the ability just before you leave to copy those files over into a thumb drive and then leave. If you don't want your employer to have access to your stuff, to things that you had on your computer, jobs, lists, anything like that, the quickest way to delete all of the information, all the personal files, is to do this. Now this is based on Windows. This could also be done in an Apple environment, and that is to create a new user. Create a new user, and then give that user administrative privileges. Once you create that new user and give it administrative privileges, log out as yourself and log in to this new administrator account. Then go back to the account settings page and delete your old user. In one click, when you get to that step, it will delete all the files, but not sabotage the entire computer. It'll still be open for a new user. But it'll give you the option to delete everything associated with you on that computer, period. Now, there's all kinds of rules and exceptions to this rules. Anything that was perhaps shared on a network drive would still be there. Okay, so that would not be affected. Anything that was maybe backed up onto a thumb drive or a backup drive would not be affected. That would still be there. If you're currently working at a job and you think that you might be getting fired, might be a good idea for yourself to get yourself, you should already have a backup external drive. Plug a backup external drive in the back of the computer or the front of the computer or whatever side that they can't see, and make sure you're doing regular backups of your work. That way, in the event that you are fired, you can just unplug that drive and say, nope, this drive is mine, it's going with me. Because that's part of you collecting your personal belongings, right? So you can do it that way. Another way in preparation that maybe this day of firing will come at some point in the future is you can make sure that you can do all of your work on the cloud. Now, when I say all of your work on the cloud, any cloud program that's out there, okay, Google Docs, there's Dropbox, different companies like to use different specialty cloud services. Whatever it is attached to an account. And usually the corporate process for them letting somebody go, they're supposed to bring them into a meeting and have them sign off on documents stating the reason why they were fired, okay? And by the way, while you're in that meeting, the IT person is already at work disabling all of your cloud accounts. So by the time you're done in your firing meeting and you go back to your desk, you're not going to be able to access anything. You will, however, be able to access maybe some personal things that were still on your desktop. But if your computer is set up in such a way where you actually have to sign into your Microsoft account or your managed IT account on the computer, you may not even be able to get to sign in. But you can still take that backup drive that's still there if it was successfully backing up. So that's your little ace in the pocket type of deal. If your system is IT managed, there's no way for you to go in and delete your stuff, but there is a way to get your stuff out. They may still see a lot of the content and a lot of the work that you've still put into it, but you still have a chance of leaving the organization with your personal effects and your personal files that are your intellectual property. I hope this episode was helpful to you. I hope you don't get fired, but if you do, hopefully that some of the tips in this video could help you out. My name's Aaron Moss. I'm with the Computer Doctor of Tucson. I also host a radio show called The Computer Doctor Show on KVY 1030 The Voice. You can visit me on thecomputerdoctorshow.com to listen to episodes of The Computer Doctor Show. Or if you need tech advice or help directly from me, you can visit me on computerdoctortucson.com. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next video.